Hello.
Oh, wait, do we think it's going to put ads on just your video?
Yeah. I made it do ads. I do ads on everything.
Well, we just need to wait.
Okay.
That's why I was making sure. We should be good because I see people here
I see
now.
people too.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first of 2 live shows for the Pyramid Book Club in September. So we're going to be talking about The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. Yes. If you've read the book, Monica, pick an emoji.
I don't know. I've suddenly forgotten every emoji.
If you read the book, put a house emoji.
Thanks.
Okay. And if not, Monica, pick an emoji. No, just kidding.
Look, when you ask me things like this, I immediately forget that emojis exist.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's none there.
If you are here to just see the non-spoiler thoughts, leave a dog emoji. Those emojis look weird. Neva, pick an emoji, and that can be your DNF emoji. Neva will decide. So this is a horror novel. That's about it.
Without getting spoilery, yeah.
Yeah. Monica, do you want to do the synopsis? Since that's just telling facts.
Yeah, so there is a young woman whose nickname is Mouse, which was great. Every time I forgot that was her name. She sent her dad asks her to go and clean out her grandmother's house after she passes away. Even though nobody liked her, this woman. So she goes to her house to find out that she's a hoarder, and she has to sort through all this old junk, and then she just starts to discover that something really, her grandfather might have been having, I don't know, did she think he was having delusions or something?
She just finds his weird journal.
Yeah, this weird journal that he had written, and she's looking for more notes of what he had been thinking in before he died or disappeared, I guess. And then weird things start happening. She starts finding weird things, weird rocks in the backyard. And then she gets some really creepy supernatural type of visitors to her house. And she has to figure out what's going on.
Beautiful. Real quick, you could be on any of our channels. So if you are not seeing all the comments that will be brought up, it's because it's just somebody commenting on a different video, but we can see everything and we'll bring it up. So just make sure you're watching the screen to see things.
All the pressure.
That's a cute dog.
Oh,
I don't often use the dog emojis, so I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Hello. I like it. I like that dog emoji.
Yes. Also I have a friend here, so you see an arm. That is an arm.
hi, friend.
She will be talking, but doesn't want to be on camera. So
wait, can we do this real fast?
I think this is similar to T. Kingfisher's other book, The Hollow Places, in a lot of ways.
And we will talk about that later.
Yes. Katrina might be the person to ask for similar recommendations to this. I can't
folk horror.
Yeah, I can't think of anything like that.
Yes, Drunk Haley is here.
Yes.
Drunk Haley.
Well, Kaylee was in the comments earlier, and she kept thinking I was saying Kaylee, and she kept thinking I was saying Haley. So
very confusing.
So then
Michelle
was like, we need a nickname. And I said, well, she was Drunk Haley in college. So now.
What a life to live.
Okay. So let's talk about our relationship with T. Kingfisher. this is my third, and the first two that I have read have both been 5 stars for me.
Ooh, this is my first. I don't know why I keep going like this. Stupid. This is my first Tea
At least you're not
Kingfisher.
doing it this way.
Dumb. This is my first Tea Kingfisher.
This is also my first Tea Kingfisher, so this has been fun. Also, I don't know, I'm using my iPad instead of my work computer, and the laptop has like the camera right in the middle, and the iPad has the camera on the side. So now I don't know where to hold it.
You're fine. I didn't know where to hold it either, and I do this.
I'm like holding it.
I'm like, where's it? So
Anyway,
Would you like to share your experience?
This is my second Tea Kingfisher book. I also read The Hollow Places.
Michelle, what have you read? Ooh, okay. I think it's always interesting to see how people's opinions are different if they have read from the author before or not. But yeah, also I'm very sorry to anyone that listened to this on Scribd and had issues with the audiobook.
yeah, that was not fun. Hello. It was fine today, for the most part. It was my first, but I have 3 more on my shelves. So same. I have Hollow Places as well.
Okay. Do we want to get into ratings now?
Yeah. Oops.
are we doing spoiler-free ratings or like?
Yes. Just the star rating.
What's the star rating? And everyone in the
Someone else.
comments, you can please put your star rating as well.
Yes.
Do I have to go
Monica?
first?
Yeah.
Monica?
I am giving it 4 stars.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
I would like to go last.
Okay.
I'm also giving it 4 stars.
I am also giving it 4 stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2.5.
I figured you didn't like it by that.
Oh my god.
I'm looking up that book because I know what book Katrina's talking about.
Honestly, you giving it 2.5 stars is so funny because you were obsessed with it during
Yeah.
spring.
It slowly faded.
This is
Wow.
The Toll by Sherry Priest. Okay. I don't know how to talk about this book without spoiling things.
We can't.
Other than saying the reason I would have given it 5 stars for like enjoyment if I could have understood what was going on some of the time.
I mean, so there are a few things that we can talk about without spoiling.
Yeah.
What did you think of the writing?
I love the writing.
I personally
Mhm.
love the writing.
I love the writing, which is why I did not DNF.
So good.
Yeah.
What do you, like? Is there anything specific about the writing that you really liked?
I don't know if it was the audiobook narrator was also really good. So
Mhm.
like that could have helped as well. But I just felt like even if I didn't necessarily like everything about this book, I understood what was going on completely.
Mm-hmm. I
Which
think it
is-
was very funny too.
It was funny.
I
Like
was
she-
laughing the whole
They were
time.
realistic characters, like realistic responses to things.
The dialogue felt very like 2 people having a conversation.
Mhm.
yeah.
Lots of 4 stars, 2.5 to 3.
Kind of all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I figured would
Mhm.
happen. Are you there?
Me.
Yes. Well, you doing the comments and then just paused.
I'm sorry, there were no comments.
Oh, there are for me. That's why I was
Oh
like,
no, there weren't any for me.
Oh.
It just loaded.
okay.
That's so weird.
That's why I was like,
As soon as I said no, they loaded.
okay.
That was so
Wow.
weird. Wow.
Yeah, I was just like, why are you just staring?
It's
Like, are you
StreamYard.
okay?
It's StreamYard. Because I was like, what? No, it's StreamYard.
Okay, that's fine.
Goth barista, aging hippie. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get that, Patty. I probably would have given it 5 if the audio. Yeah, it did. So I finished it today, and it was completely fine today. So I don't know what happened.
There was one point where it paused twice on the same page, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, it was really
Like-
the first night I was reading it. It was awful.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, what the heck? You're ridiculous.
She hated the hollow places and
Mhm.
like refuses to read anything else from T. Kingfisher, which is valid, but
It's
like
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's just here to scream.
As always.
Yes. This is about a woman that is going to clean out her grandparents' hoarder's house. That's it. And then it gets weird.
It gets real weird.
Yeah. Yeah, mine did too.
I'm really happy for you. It was not fun.
I think it's Apple. I swear to God, it's Apple.
Oh.
I think it's also been fixed with the update because
Mhm.
Haley listened to the whole thing today on an iPhone and didn't have any issues.
I love your screaming. It's great.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm trying to think of other things we could talk about without spoilers. I don't know.
Let me think. Let me flip through my not very many post-it notes.
Yeah, I didn't take notes on this one either.
That's so weird.
This had it did have a little bit to do with later, but I made a post-it note that said, "Oh God, why is there always a creepy doll collection?"
This, yeah, that, yeah. I know multiple hoarders, so it was it was interesting.
Yes, but like, why creepy dolls? Why is it always a doll collection?
Well, there has to be some sort of creepy.
Like,
weird
can't people
thing.
learn at this point? Like, who has a non-creepy doll collection at this point? No one.
Childhood trauma. Mine's not funny.
It's relatable.
It's relatable. That's why I laughed. I think I was just like, no.
Come on, go downstairs. Stop. Go. 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 Adam.
Because grandmas can buy them cheap at garage sales.
Oh,
My grandma collected clowns.
no.
My grandpa just had
Bless.
old paperbacks.
Bless his soul.
My grandfather collected like train figure like trains because he used to work on the railroad track.
Aw.
It's like
That's
all I know. We lost Lexi.
Just taking care of Bowser. She'll be back.
I think. Oh, what else?
We can move into spoilers if you all want.
Why?
Why? What is it with clowns?
Yeah, we need to collect creepy things.
Like, you're just asking for trouble. Like, why?
Deb, did you read this book, and how many stars did you give it if you did?
Also, we can talk about the rest of the month real quick before people may leave for
Okay.
spoilers. So next week we will have sprints, and then the following week we will have the live show. Talking about Stay Awake by Megan Golden. I'm out of breath. Bowser. Sorry, that was yes. Yeah.
It's the shouting.
It's the shouting.
This is by the author of The Night Swim, and also this is a thriller that follows a woman that wakes up and has like the word "stay awake" scribbled on her arm in Sharpie and like doesn't have any sort of memories. So that's that. glad you enjoyed it.
That's more than one.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't want to clean out clowns either. Hello, Kim.
Hey, Kim. What counts as a collection? Is it more than one, or is it like, is there a number before you can consider it a collection? I wonder.
I would say more than one.
There you go, Katrina. You have a collection.
I would say it's like a deliberate thing.
Yeah.
A room to All right, we're gonna move into the spoiler section now. So if you would not like to be spoiled for this book, bye.
Thanks for coming.
Say goodbye. Okay, I'm ready.
Cool.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start because I was like so obsessed with this when I first read it, and then we got to the part where the guy was trying to remember someone's diary, and this is when it started to lose me. And I was just like, this is so fucking unnecessary. What?
Did you read the author's note?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
But still, I was just like, it took me completely out of the story. And like, I don't know if we needed a footnote that said, hey, this is why this is in here. Please don't DNF this book right here. I don't know. And then we make it to the other place, and it was just, I literally could not.
That explanation.
I can't, what do I say? The other place with the things. What did they call them?
Effigies?
Yeah.
No, but the people called it the potters.
The hollow people, the hollers.
Holler. No, they called them like the weird deer people. They called them something else. I can't remember.
Puppets?
Yeah, puppets.
Puppets. Yeah.
I was gonna say it was something like puppets, but I
was
puppet.
Every time I read that word, I just thought of Pirates of the Caribbean. Literally, my head was just hello puppet every time.
Kim, that's because you're on someone like you could click on my video, Michelle's video, or Monica's video, and you only see the comments of the people that are in that same video. So that's why. But we'll bring them all up on the screen, so you'll still be able to see everything.
Okay.
Do we want to explain what happened for people that are just here for spoilers?
Yeah, probably.
So
does anyone understand what happened?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how do you explain?
So these weird concoctions of creatures were creeping on her, and then they live in this alternate world, and then there's a
this is hard.
Listen,
she follows
makes no sense, which is why I gave it 2.5 stars.
Follows her dog into this alternate universe
with her neighbor,
and then there's some weird bloodline thing, and there's a beehive, and
the whole town.
The pig is wearing it.
A pig in a beehive.
And then it turns out the grandfather is still one of these people and is like haunting her.
Like each of the creatures is like an embodiment of another person using like bones and like,
other objects.
Anyway, I thought that was so fucking stupid, and that's why I gave it 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, that part didn't bother me. The part that bothered me was the rock sex.
Everything bothered. Look, once the first half of this book was 5 stars.
I want to show you what this post-it note that I wrote, and I put on the page.
Knocked up by a rock. Yeah,
that was a plot point.
Like
that was the part that I'm like,
the whole like her having kids, that random Anna or whoever, like who the random woman that was there. I'm not sure why she was there or for how long, but she also
was
had
there
kids
for a long time, and she was there because she was there pretty much as a breeding dog
Yeah.
to like make their leaders, because the bone concoction people are like servants to the leaders of this bloodline. And
But
Anna
there were only 2
was part of that.
humans. So where were her kids?
She couldn't have kids.
But
She
she
had-
said she had like 5 or 6, I thought.
She had the 2, and they turned them into those effigies with her.
Yeah.
The ones that were following her were her kids.
And the other ones all died.
But I don't know
Oh,
why
wait,
they
she turned her own kids into the effigies?
Yeah,
They
because
did.
she had
I
because
missed that part.
they have to have ones that are protecting them. So like her 2 were like her protector, and
I
then
missed that
after
part.
that she couldn't, like, all of her children died.
I live in
definitely
North Carolina. I take offense to this. I'm just kidding. I don't live in the hillbilly part.
Okay.
So yeah, she wanted to leave, well, because she was like, stuck there, but like she wasn't even doing what they wanted her there for.
I thought she had kids and then she couldn't anymore, and that's why they were like, "Oh, you're not useful now." But I also wasn't sure what happened to all the kids.
Kim, I told you.
Kim, whose video are you on right now? Whose video are you on? Let's explain this again. All of us are going live at the same time, so you can only see the comments of whose video you're on. We can see all the comments, and we can bring them all up. No one is
If you're
watching
on my video, that's probably why you don't see comments, because I don't think anybody's watching it from mine. So you should go to one of theirs because there's more comments.
I don't know who's on whose video, but you're not blocked, Kim.
No one blocked me
We would
this
not
time.
block you.
Finally.
Also, back to Katrina's comment about the neighbor. I also made a post-it note about how much I love Mouse and Foxy together.
Yes,
I love
love
Foxy.
Foxy.
I was
Yeah.
so afraid though that Foxy was gonna turn crazy. Like, I was very afraid. I was like, oh no, I love this friendship too much. What's gonna happen to Foxy? Like, is either gonna turn evil or like, I don't know, something's, but it's all good.
Yeah, Kim. So just go to Michelle's, because that's where most people are.
Alexis.
Yeah, she calls me Alexis when I'm in trouble.
But what did you do to get in trouble this time?
I don't know. I don't know. I like how she also thinks that I'm gonna block her over Harry Styles. I don't care about Harry Styles. So sorry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Bongo.
You've got this.
Go, go, go.
Then why are you calling me Alexis?
Preemptive.
Room. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So why'd you give it 4 stars? Both of you.
Because I didn't hate it. No, I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it while I was reading it. I don't mind being slightly confused. Like, that does not bother me. I really like her writing. I think if somebody else would have written the same exact book, I wouldn't have liked it as much.
See, I wasn't ever confused. I just thought it was stupid. A stupid horror. Dumb. And I understand that it's folk horror, but that obviously I don't like that. So that's fine. Now I know.
I gave it 4 because of the overall experience of reading it. Like, I really liked it. There were parts where I was like, I don't know what is going on. It also doesn't help that I read it over such a long period of time because I don't have long stretches. But overall, like, I remember there being points where, like, when they were going into the other place and they're like going through the tunnel or whatever it was, I don't even know. But they're like sprinting, like they're running for their lives, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was very like, this is so good. So I feel like there was a lot of points for me in the book that I was like very invested, that the confusing parts didn't ruin it for me, if that makes sense.
But the thing that, like, I was never confused.
I wasn't either.
I was just mad. I
I think the confusion could be like going back and forth between the journal thing and then the real life thing. I think that could be where the confusion.
I also had a really hard time picturing, like, my mental image of what was happening was like, I could not for the life of me imagine what these things even looked like or where they were. Like, she's describing this town or whatever it is that's like literally like sidewalks or like streets that they were walking down, and I was like, I have no clue what this is.
I don't think about any of that when I read, because I don't read like that. Like I never picture the town. I never picture the creatures. Like so. Yeah, this was my first folk horror, and I think the reason I liked it more is because of the writing. Yes.
The realistic responses that they had to things that were happening, like every time Fox was like, "Oh no, I'm not dealing with this."
Yeah. I really liked the characters and I liked the writing. It did get really strange. But like, I don't need things to be realistic either. So like, I don't like it being dumb didn't really bother me. So
yay.
What did you think, Katie? How many stars? Oh my god, the cat timer is still going off. So sorry. I heard it, but I don't think it was just my computer.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Oh my god, it scared me.
I think that the Hollow Places is better. Like,
I still want to try it because it's not like, is that folk horror as well?
No.
Yeah, so that's why I want to try it.
Yeah,
that was in your like top list from last year, wasn't it? That's what I thought.
Yeah. I was between 3 and 4, but I think because of the writing, I'm giving it 4 stars. I think, okay, so the Hollow Places, I kept talking about them being similar. So the Twisted Ones came out first, and then the Hollow Places. They both have elements of, like, and I'm not going to spoil the Hollow Places. Like, everything I'm going to say is just very basic or in the synopsis. Like, there's also an alternate universe type thing in that, which, like, you know from the synopsis. There's like a coffee shop that's featured. There's like a funny best friend, like secondary character is also very funny. There was something else. We talked about like a bunch of things.
A pet sidekick.
Oh yeah, there's a pet in that one as well. So I just think there's a lot of comparisons to like the setup of the story, but the story itself is different.
There is something good that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to forget. One of the side characters has bipolar disorder, and she talks about how, or I think the side character actually says, "I'm better when I come back from being up high," and I was just like, what? Because that is exactly how it is for me. And this was the best bipolar representation I have ever read in a book.
Really?
Wow.
Really? Finally, good one.
I thought about that while I was reading, and I was going to ask you about it, but I forgot.
I knew I wanted to bring it up because it was very important to me. And she did not not talk about it. She was just like, well, I don't have bipolar, so I don't understand. But then she was like listening to him talk about it, and I was just like, I've never heard someone say exactly how I feel. So I thought that was really interesting, and I was just like, this is amazing, so thank you.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I thought it was good, but like,
it was really good. And
I think this is done well.
Yeah. And the fact that this person was medicated was really good, and the fact that I think it was a he, and he was like, I'm better when I come back down from up high, because when I'm low, I'm really low. And I'm so afraid of going low again, because it's so scary. You don't know when you're going to get out of it. When you're high, you're just like, everything's great. So like, I thought that was such good representation, and I did not expect it from a horror novel. And I was just like, wow, but I didn't want to bring it up until the live show.
Yeah, I think that T. Kingfisher is really good at including different kinds of representation. There's a, I believe, gay character in the Hollow Places that is like the secondary character. In What Moves the Dead, there's a non-binary main character. Those are the only ones that I've read, but I've heard that like everything that she writes has some sort of representation that people seem to be pretty happy with.
Yeah, I was really happy about it. Like, I vlogged about it because I was just like, because I had just talked about bad bipolar representation in a YA that I just read. So it's just like, oh, fuck, here we go. This is going to be awful. And it was the best one I'd ever read. So I thought, like, that was really important to me personally. So I really like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. There. I still don't.
Where did they?
Because they said, what was his name? The step.
Cotgrave.
Thank you. Said it was also in Wales. So
Yeah.
just like.
I think it's kind of like that is a little aspect of like portal fantasy. Because like there's like an entrance where like I don't think it's that one entrance leads you to this place. It's like you.
But does it all lead to the same place, or does it lead to a bunch of different villages that are all the same? Like
I would assume the same place for this one. But like I don't think the point was to explain this like the workings of the town. Like,
but I kind of wish they would. I feel like that would have been really interesting for me.
Yeah, I think with horror, there's a lot of more ambiguous endings.
Yeah.
Like things aren't always explained because the character doesn't find out. So like you're not gonna find out either.
the same people as in the story that he had written about remembering.
Didn't the hill appear, but some people can't see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Foxy said she'd only been there once, but she like tried to avoid it.
Yeah, I think it's like a place that kind of finds you. I don't think you can't go searching for it, which I think is really interesting. And the reason that Mouse could find it, well, one, the dog, and also she was being called there because her
Cotgrave was one of them, right?
Yes.
Right. I thought that was like a good twist because at one point they were like they only found some of him.
Yeah, which
and then poof, there he was. Like okay. I still didn't like it, but I could appreciate it.
So were they saying that they were coming for Mouse because of Cotgrave after he was made into the effigy, or because he was related to Anna somehow, or that?
It was Cotgrave is part of the bloodline that can produce the like leaders of this thing. So and Anna's also part of that bloodline, not directly like with Cotgrave, but the reason that she was like luring Mouse in was because she assumed that Cotgrave was her blood relative,
right?
So that she could be the replacement, because it has to be somebody from this bloodline that reproduces.
Right. So she was pissed when she found out that she wasn't, and then I think it's assumed that Foxy kills her.
Yeah, I think so. But like the thing, how was Cotgrave related to that? Like, I don't know.
He was just part of the bloodline.
Okay, so there wasn't.
Which is probably why it appeared to him in Wales as well. You know, like he was just part of it.
Okay. Yeah. They just didn't explain how. Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know. I like the characters that she writes, and I like her writing. Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone else that like writes even similar to her.
But like, really love the writing.
Yeah. I think you would like the Hollow Places because it's like, I mean, it is weird, but like
weird. I don't like weird,
but it's not. Yeah, it's very different.
Okay,
like with the way things go.
Okay,
and Haley's over here nodding.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Drunk Haley.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
This is such a hard one to talk about.
Yeah,
because unless like if you don't read it, then you don't.
Yeah, you'll have no idea what's going on.
No idea.
When you read it, you have no idea what's going on.
T. Kingfisher's like Darcy Coates on acid. I love this.
Yep.
I read one from each, and I feel like that's a really good. Yeah.
I also, if you like the humor, Grady Hendrix.
I love Grady Hendrix.
I don't think that their writing specifically is like similar, but just the humor that is in it.
Yeah, because it is like this was a very tense situation, and she was just like making jokes, which I appreciated. So
yeah. Oh, something Haley and I were talking about earlier. I was like, this lady is dumb for like doing all this for her dog, but also I would do the same thing for my animals. Like
the fact that she at one point literally carried him.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we're going. Like,
yeah. I was like, logically, like it's dumb, but like I would also.
I was so stressed when Bongo disappeared, and I was like, is this dog gonna come back? 4 stars.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm still giving it 4 despite my utter confusion over some of it. But like overall the experience of reading it, like I really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah.
And it was written so well. Like I one of my post-it notes was, and I had mentioned it before about when they're like running through and getting chased into the like other place. One of my post-it notes I wrote, I was like, this scene was written really well. Like it felt so intense to be reading. And I feel like that's hard sometimes to get. Like I could picture that scene of like, wow, this felt like a movie scene. Like it was very like intense, and I felt myself in it. So it was just written so well.
Yeah. Okay, so would you both said like you would read from T. Kingfisher again.
The writing?
I definitely would. Haley's over here nodding. And yes or no to folk horror in the future?
No.
I'm not opposed.
I would try it again. I don't think the folk horror part was my favorite. Like, yeah, because I was I was trying to say debating, and then between 3 and 4 stars. Like, I could be convinced to give this 3 stars, but like the writing.
So when I like Goodreads doesn't have half stars, and that's what I use still. Sorry, but like I would put it up there 3 stars.
Okay.
But like if that's helpful. Yes. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about this because that was like one of the last things, and I was just like, what?
Stress.
Yeah. I was like picturing like baby doll legs as like ribs and just like, and I don't picture things. So like,
I'm glad that I read it though, because I am trying to get into horror, and now I just know to not go with folk horror. Like that just doesn't work for me. But I love their writing, so I would absolutely try T. Kingfisher again.
Yeah.
It goes like this. Monica and Lexi are 4 stars, and I'm 2.5.
Yes.
I want to show you an image of what I pictured when I was thinking of the hoarder effigy. So I'm looking it up because
I would like to see.
Yes. Hold on. You can keep going while I look it up. That's why I'm very intently.
I feel like, Michelle, I'm the same way, and maybe that's just like because I'm new to horror, but I felt like I would have appreciated like, why is this happening? And then maybe I would have been like, okay. I don't know.
Good thing for you is that she also does write a lot of fantasy. T. Kingfisher has a bunch of books. There's one that has a gingerbread man on the front and is like the Wizard's Guide to Baking or something.
What?
Metal and Bone is fantasy. What's that one? Riley Swordheart is by T. Kingfisher. I know that's like Riley Marie's favorite book of the year or something, like one of her favorites. Oh, interesting. I just like don't know if I just didn't love these aspects, like what exactly happened, or if it was the folk horror specifically.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so what I pictured when I was thinking of this, like, because mine is, other than like some of it was doll, but this is from The Land Before Time.
Oh my god, I love the
And
Lamb.
they get like covered in tar.
can you show that again?
Beautiful.
Gosh.
And
Yeah.
and then subsequently also this, like, this was them when they're like uncovered in tar. Like, this was the mental image I had of this thing like coming out of the room with like random things sticking out. But
Just like charging at you. Yeah.
yes, that's what I imagined.
Yeah. This is how I feel.
That does not bother me. So
It bothered me.
that's valid. I know
Okay.
Sabrina and I have talked about this a lot. Like, we don't need an explanation. Like, things could stop in the middle of the book and it'd be like, okay.
No, I want the follow through, I guess. I don't know.
A lot of people do. That's
Yeah.
good. But
Me,
with
Kaylee.
horror,
Me, Kaylee,
Yeah.
Michelle.
With-
The same.
horror, it definitely is more
Mm-hmm.
common for it to not be super explained at the end.
Yeah, I just like maybe this just got like a little bit too fantasy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be why I just like lost it at some point and was like, no. So I just absolutely don't think I'm going to try Nettle and Bone, even though I love that cover so much and I just want it tattooed on me. Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Hmm.
Monica, you've read it, right? I know
Yeah.
you're thinking. That's your thinking face. Do you think it's
I can see why they would call it that.
I mean,
I'm not
I've
sure
never
how-
read it and I know what it's about, and like I can kind of see why,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, like I can see why. I don't think that would be my instinct, would be to put it in that category, but I can understand why it is.
yeah.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. I was just taken aback. Like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I still want to try Nettle and Bone, but it's like not top priority for me. But I don't know.
I like how you're like back and forth in your brain. You're like, oh,
Maybe not, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was also like, I could get a copy and have her sign it. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was a bit too fantasy for fantasy. Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's exactly how I feel, Kaylee. I just needed like why? Like that's all I need to know. And then it could have been better for me, but since it got like, in my opinion, a little too fantasy for me, I was just like, oh no. I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Is this for Pet Cemetery, Katrina?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen this.
I haven't either.
I don't watch movies. I have Nettle and Bone checked out from.
Oh, I think The Witch is on with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Ooh.
Love her.
It is so short, but like if I didn't like this little sprinkle of fantasy, there is no way I can.
I will say that The Hollow Places does have fantasy. Like, it is a horror fantasy, but to me, the fantasy was more in the setting and
Oh,
not.
that's fine then.
And not like the explanation of things.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And it wasn't like a kingdom.
Yeah, that I can't figure out in my brain. Yeah.
Pharaoh's back and yelling. Also, yes, I call it the Vivitch.
Vivitch.
I always, my sisters and I, it's what we do.
Cool.
I guess I'm gonna watch that now.
I think that's all for this. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, this was definitely the hardest one to talk about so far.
Oh, real quick. I would like to know everyone's rankings for our book club picks so far.
Oh god, I can't even remember what they are.
Okay, so we've read The Hollow Places, we've read Upgrade, The Shadow House, and The Appeal.
Okay, Upgrade, The Appeal, and then Shadow House, and like this one are tied.
Nope, you gotta pick one.
I gotta go Shadow House, and then Twisted Ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I gave this one 4 in The Hollow Places. 5.
I feel like me and Kaylee have a lot in common when it comes to books, except like I don't read fantasy. Like that's it. But like for the most part, we're okay.
Monica, do you have your ranking? Or do you need a second? I can go if you still want to think.
I can't even remember what I ranked them all, or like what I rated them.
Well, I can go if you want.
Okay, you go, and I will finish thinking.
This one has been my favorite. But still it's like a low 4-star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
then Upgrade. But like that was and then The Appeal and then The Shadow House.
Okay. Nice, Amy.
I think Amy and I have very similar reading tastes.
I know, it's you and Amy, me and Kaylee. Nice, Kaylee. Woo!
Okay. I think
I know decisions are the hardest thing for you, Monica.
You
have a favorite?
I think. See, I don't want to consider any of them my favorite because I didn't love any of them.
Yeah.
Like, well, it doesn't have to be your favorite book of the year. Just your
none of them are
favorite
5 stars.
Yeah.
So I would say probably the Twisted Ones and then The Appeal and then Upgrade and The Shadow House.
As long as we all agree that The Shadow House was not.
It was not good, y'all.
It could have been worse.
Wait, did I give The Shadow House 2 or 3?
I don't remember.
Let me look it up. Because I might have to change my ranking. Hold on.
Yeah, that one was not marketed correctly,
No.
and also not good anyway.
It was not good. Oh, I gave them both 2.5.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep it as is.
I just think that the writing in this one was significantly better
It was
than the writing in
so
the Shadow
good.
House.
Yeah.
So, like,
also in Shadow House, I hated how she was all about her children as someone who has children. So that could just go fuck right off.
and on that note,
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
You in 4 seconds.
yeah.
I gotta take snacks.
So we are going to be moving to just my channel for reading sprints. And Sarah is joining as well. So here is the link for that. If you are not subscribed to me, you can click on that. And then you can click on the subscribe button for all of it. But we all have channels, obviously. We all read it. We all read a. Yeah, that's it. We all read like a mix of things. So, yeah. I think that's all.
Say goodbye. I was ready. I was on my phone, and then I was like, "You were like, okay, for real. Say goodbye."
Bye.